Hello, everyone. How are you this evening? This is Kelli Sappenfield. I'm a spiritual visionary and fifth generation metaphysician, and tonight I would love to talk to you about family. What is family to you? And who are your family? Who is your family? Do you define family by blood relation? Do you define family by who has your back, who loves you the most, who you really enjoy being with? Is it your soul family, your spiritual family? Who is your family? And when was the last time you thought about this? Because sometimes, just because someone is a blood relation and they're quote unquote family, right, doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best people to hang around with, right? They don't necessarily provide a positive, loving environment when we're together, or maybe they make you feel uneasy, or maybe they've treated you badly, or even worse. Just because someone has a blood relation in this lifetime does not mean that they necessarily have to be considered your family. And I want you to start thinking about family, about who's your family here in your heart. When you really want to be with somebody and you really want to have them in your life and be in their lives, and it's someone who really speaks to you, that's your family. Now, I'm not saying just totally disregard blood relations, but if they're not a positive for the majority, because our blood relation family, a lot of times we chose them when we came in for some of our biggest lessons. And that's a different dynamic. Because sometimes our parents may be our hardest teachers. Sometimes it's our kids. Sometimes it could be an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, a cousin. It doesn't matter. A sibling. But recognize that. Recognize you chose your blood family when you came in. And chances are, if it's not a very positive relationship, you chose it for that purpose. You chose it for those lessons that it would give you, no matter how much they stink. And sometimes, growing up, you and one of your parents may be extremely adversarial, and then you become adults and you become best friends. It's different when it's a blood family. When it's your blood family, then sometimes you're an adult. You no longer have to do or say what that person says because they're no longer an authoritarian figure with you. And you need to then focus on how much time and effort do you put into that relationship. Because if it's not positive, if it's not supportive, uplifting, and you can't see yourself wanting to immediately pick up the phone and call, oh my gosh, this happened, I've got to call so-and-so and tell them. Or, I haven't talked to that person, my cousin, in a month. I've got to call and catch up. That's the people that we want around us. But sometimes those people are not of blood relation, and that doesn't make them any less our family than those that are. So start reframing your definition of family, and you'll notice how freeing it is. Because if you're not stuck sitting there saying, well, I got a family commitment, it's going to be 8 hours of hell, and I'm going to have to go and be subjected to who knows what, because they don't agree with my lifestyle, or nothing I do is ever right. Or maybe they're just always rude. Maybe you don't agree with their lifestyle. Could be that they're of a different era, and you think sometimes, are they stuck there? Why haven't they evolved? Why haven't their feelings evolved? Why are they still stuck in a paradigm like it's 1950? I have some relatives like that, and I don't necessarily talk to them all the time. It is up to you to set those boundaries, to decide who is family and who's not. And sometimes, you see certain people at weddings and funerals, and that's perfectly fine. And sometimes you don't ever see them or talk to them again, and that's perfectly fine if that's what you need to do to have a healthy boundary around that person. But start really acknowledging your soul family, those people that aren't blood relations, and acknowledging that they're just as much of your family as the blood relations, and start treating them as such. And honoring that within you that tells you, I have a soul connection with this person. They're my soul family. And that's where I'm going to spend my time and energy developing those relationships. I was just at a conference this last weekend, and I met a bunch of people, and several of them came up and told me, you know what, I know we just first time ever meeting in person, but I feel like I've known you forever. That's a good indication that they're part of your soul family. So tune into that and tap into that and keep those connections going. They're so important because you never know when that person is the person that's going to have your back and lift you up the highest. And that's what we need. That's what we need to focus on. Not those people that, frankly, just don't have our best intentions in mind. I would love to hear how you differentiate between your blood family and your soul family and who you really consider your true family. Put it in the comments below, and if you have any questions, put them there too. I'll answer them as soon as I see them, and I look forward to you sharing this and sharing the message that it doesn't have to be a blood relation to be your family, and let's embrace that. Let's embrace one another, and let's lift each other up. And I hope you have a fabulous evening, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.